Welcome to Shyzabox. Here's your host.
Oh yeah! Hey everybody! Welcome to Shyzabox. We've got a terrific show for you today. Who could that be?
What do you want?
Okay, yeah. We'll tell them our bad. Management informs us we have a show for you today. So, it's free. That's what you get. Anyhow, moving straight into it today, we are going to be talking about games that yet again just need further recognition. And now, we did not think we would be doing this episode, mainly because we were hoping that they wouldn't tell us we have to do this episode, but we'll reenact how that went when we got that call. So we're sitting around enjoying not working and stuff like that, and, just kind of hanging out, and, all of a sudden, oh, who could that be? What do you want? We're not working right now. What do you mean we gotta work? Fuck! And scene. Okay, so that's our reenactment of finding out that we had to do another episode. Lo and behold, here's the episode. So, games that need further recognition than what they get. Of course, this one we never thought we would talk about again, because we have briefly gone over this here and there and a little bit here and there. Okay, and now this one title has single-handedly impressed us to such an extent that we need to talk about it, obviously, in an entire episode until we stop talking about it. Maybe you shouldn't just do the episode instead. Fair enough, but then how else are we going to beg for money? Money? No, Hand, it's not time to beg for money yet. This game we never thought we would talk about again, but holy shit. The further we get along in it and see what's happening in it and kind of just take into our eyepiece holes this sheer brilliance, love, dedication that the developers of this game put into it, you can't help but not want to do an entire chat about it. And it fills a whole space of an episode. Oh! Yes! Fucking Goat Simulator 3. Holy moly ravioli. Is this a title that needs more praise than what it gets? Fuck that game, it sucks. Okay, fair enough. It's not our favorite game either. But man, you would be lying to yourself if the love and passion that the developers behind this game have for it and what they've added to it, put in it, let you experience while playing it. There is some phenomenal and remarkable and amazing ideas that have been implemented into this game that we never could possibly have fathomed giving it credit for doing. It has impressed us so much, not only, like we said, are we talking about it again, but I don't think you realize that we're talking about fucking Goat Simulator 3. Alright? It's not often that the sheer love is conveyed in a project, man, that a studio puts out like it is conveyed in this. The ideas in here, while absurd in nature, are brilliant in execution. Farting taco shoes, backpack fucking leaf blowers, fucking a goat tower that you unlock fucking rooms as you go, completing quests and activities and unlocking fucking fairy wings and the ability to play as fucking not goats, giraffes and fucking flopping ass fish and fucking bananas. Nowhere in the title does it say fucking banana simulator, but that's what you get. Holy moly ravioli, that's what you get. You already said that. Yes, and now we've said it twice. And we should say it one more time, because it's fucking Goat Simulator 3. Fair enough. Ah-ha-ha! Score one for us. this game, while maybe receiving just praise, we haven't looked because we don't care what other people say about it. Maybe you should. No, because that's not what we do here at Shyzabox. Not only are we all things Xbox, okay, but we're also raw and authentic. And you know we loves to give it to you raw. Maybe you shouldn't. Fair enough. But we do. Almost as raw as the fucking gameplay would be if we fucking showed you any of it. But we're not going to. Because that entails work. And we try and avoid that at all costs. So you have to make do with us preaching from the pulpit of Shyzabox. We're not going to say what we were going to say, but it was fucking funny. Oh, come on, say it. No! It's fucking funny. You come up with something and put it in your mind and just pretend we said that. Because it was fucking hilarious. But, hold on. We're getting a call. What is it, legal? Yes, avoid saying what came across our mind at all costs. Yes. Nope, we already segued. No, you're actually making it way more awkward. Yeah, we're on like the fucking whole next thing. Yep, yeah. Okay, thanks, legal. Fuck off. Oh! Sometimes legal wants to get involved and make sure that we don't fuck everyone over. You know, here. Fuck everyone here. Hey! That's not nice. You're here too. Fair enough. Ho-ho! Another one for us. Goat Simulator 3, man. The passion, the love, it's all there. And there is so much more to this game than we ever thought could possibly be in Goat Simulator 3. All right? But it's there. And I mean, it's playable and it does what it does. Yeah, still a little rough around the edges, man, as far as the engine and how it runs and the optimization and all that. You can still get that little goat bastard stuck. Okay, it's not flawless, but it is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And it needs more praise than it gets, okay? From folks that are fans and not fans alike, okay? And we aren't fans. But we are fans of gaming enough to know when a studio is doing it right. And when we see what is, progressing in a game that just, hits those astronomical levels of greatness. Oh, come on, show some gameplay footage. No, we're giving it to you raw. Well, don't. We don't have a response to that. It needs more praise than what it gets, man. And there might be more fans of this game that are out there than they think that there are. Because they probably just haven't given it the chance that it deserves. And, ironically, folks might end up enjoying it way more than they ever thought possible. But some games just don't get their just due. Okay? But maybe this little bump, okay? This game doesn't need any help from us. But maybe this little bump in the ones of views that we give it here at Shyzabox, where we're all things Xbox. Okay? This on Game Pass. You can play it there. In theory, it still is. It might not be anymore. Fuck it. Who cares? It was there. Okay? Oh, come on. Do your research, motherfucker. That also sounds like work. It was there. It probably still is. If you watched this when you should have. The game needs more praise than what it gets because the developers did more than you think they did. Okay? Down to the side quests and everything like that, the absurdities. Someone put some thought into it and they were creative as hell in its execution. So, there's that. But, there's other games too. other games too that have been glossed over that really deserve, more praise than what they get or what they're remembered for. If you want to dive into some gaming history, or if you don't want to dive into some gaming history, that's too bad, because we're fucking going into the next segment and it's kind of some gaming history. So, there's games, man, like Wet. This game never got the recognition that it should have justly got for soundtrack alone. Okay? Ridiculously enthralling soundtrack. Why don't you play some clips of it? No! That also sounds like an opportunity to get copyrighted for something. Let us talk to Legal. Legal, is that a good idea? Yeah, well, that's what we fucking told Spider-Man Head. Well, you tell Spider-Man Head to stop interrupting the fucking show. Well, all right. Good. Fuck off, Legal. Sometimes they have to answer our questions just to make sure we're on the right path. But there are games, man, like this. And, I mean, hell, the soundtrack to, like, Death Stranding, we talked about before, too, man. It's just phenomenal. Okay? Great bands, great acts. Wet has a phenomenal soundtrack to it. Amazing. Okay? The game might not have hit on all cylinders for all people, but the variety and the, passion of the folks that were in charge of the soundtrack for this bad boy, there's some good tunes to be heard there. Definitely some great tunes to rock out to, man, aside from the game. You might not like the game. Man, you could love the music. That's all we're saying, is that some games just need that extra little amount of just due. In a billion-dollar industry with hundreds of games that come out a year, from your small indie titles to your big shitty indie titles like, Bethesda games or Ubisoft games or EA games, or insert any fucking major studio that releases an unfinished, messy pile of shit here. Okay? Or there, or here, or there, or on fucking Game Pass, or fucking in the store, or on the release, or anything like that. Fucking all over the place. A bunch of piles of shit. Oh, Shyzabox, you're rattling chains now. Oh, fuck yeah. Back to the real, authentic, and raw like we give it to you here. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't. But we do. Because you gotta rattle a few chains to break out of prison. Don't worry about it. Don't break out of prison. That's a bad idea. It's not allowed. Are you saying it can't be done? Don't ask fucking questions. The point is, what is the fucking point? Point is, some games just don't get the praise that they need. Yet somehow, might rattle a few more chains here. Other games, ironically, get praise that isn't deserved. What's a recent release, man, that was talked the fuck up by all these fucking big names and players, man, in the field? Oh, like who? What's our specifics? We're not giving them to you. Because. Go find your own information. Aren't you supposed to provide that here? No. Wait a minute. Yes. But we draw analogies and shit, and we, we're Dreamcast guy's rival. We're all things Xbox. He's all things PlayStation. So, yin yang. Someone had to fucking do it. It's us here. We're all things Xbox. Dreamcast guy's all things PlayStation. Okay? Just how it works. The universe is a fickle beast. Or it's not a beast. It doesn't matter what it is. What does matter is that you got these other games, man, that are talked up and hyped up and, put on these pedestals and shit that don't have good soundtracks, that don't offer more gameplay-wise than meets the eye that you could possibly ever think that they could have. But somehow they're the games that, journalists and analysts and shit, oh, come on, like who? Like it doesn't fucking matter. Fucking anyone. Okay? That has some kind of ulterior motive for why and how they're talking about a fucking game. So we'll go back behind the curtain where the sausage is made. Since we're rattling the chains, let's go ahead and make sure they get rattled in the right direction. Let's grab a game that was kind of hyped up, man, and said, hey, this is where it's going to be at for you motherfuckers, right? Only they didn't say it that way because that's not professional. They knew they wouldn't get any, benefit from that in the long run. But that's beside the point. Hold on. We'll go back behind the curtain where the sausage is made. Ah, yes. Yep. Games that just don't get talked up enough. Okay. And games that get talked up too much. Hold on, wait, we need more sausage. Oh, that's plenty of sausage. What do you mean by that? I don't know. Games that are shoved down your throat like, hey, this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be fucking Concord. Okay? You know what's awesome? The fact that we scored a physical copy of this after it was pulled from fucking shelves. Because no one fucking wanted it. Okay? Businesses didn't give enough of a fuck about it to care about it. Like fucking Concord, thanks for the release. Okay? Here's some posters, here's some displays. Here's some feedback. Okay? Here's some consultant companies that, fucking have their 2 cents in it and shit like that. You know what that 2 cents is worth? We'll double the fucking price of retail copy. So, can't argue with that. There's games that need more praise than what they're given, and there's games that need less praise than what they're given. And the main takeaway about any of that is that depending on where you go to get your information, you're going to be provided, supplied, or, inherently put on the process to be supplied or provided with the information that you're given. Okay? Or they might leave you in a big, just kind of confused pile of what the hell did I just watch? Okay? And when we're not rattling chains, okay, and everyone's getting along, then you look past anything that might be considered, more deserving of a game or less deserving of a game to be talked about or discussed. Okay? The last point we want to make, all right, so there's games that are not given their just due. There's games that are given too much just due. And then there's games that really need to sit in a category of themselves and be given their own due on their own. Okay, you have titles, all right, that just stand apart from what is said good about them or what is said bad about them. And they only need to be them and themselves. And when that title is out there and gamers as a whole recognize that title, then they're able to purchase it repetitiously and know that they're supposed to be, because it's a game all on its own. And when we talk about copies of The Last of Us, that's exactly what we're doing. You have The Last of Us, you need to buy it. The Last of Us Remaster, you need to buy it. Last of Us Remastered again, you need to buy it. The Lost Levels of the master copy that was lost and then remastered, and then it was the last of them, and it was The Last of Us Remastered again on top of that. You need to buy it. Okay? And that's not a game being talked up and like, hey, this game is awesome, or a game that's talked down like, hey, this game isn't as awesome as people say. Okay? That's something standing on its own. And where it needs to be standing is on your shelf after you buy it. Again. The third time. Not the first one, because that one's in your system. You're playing it. Not the second one, because ironically that's in your system too. Don't put 2 fucking discs in at once. You're fucking it up. Okay, but the third one you buy fucking digitally on the remaster. That way you don't even fucking own a copy of it. And then you buy it again. Because what if you want to play it twice? What if it gets remastered again and you're not aware of it? So buy 2 remasters so that you already have a fucking remaster. Come on. You got to think ahead. That's what game entities out there, okay, do. All right? They try and think ahead for the viewer, for the consumer, for the purchaser, for the experiencer of these games. Well, what the fuck do you do? It doesn't matter what we do. We beg for money because we're the hobos of the internet, and we're okay with that. Okay? We will take your piddly scraps. And we will do so very gracefully by saying thank you for money. We love some money. You should give us some. You know? What are you going to do? Save up for a Last of Us remaster? Fair enough, okay? So once you do that, maybe give us whatever you got left over. Obviously. What are you going to do? Buy Concord? It costs twice as much now. You missed the boat. You should have got it when it first came out. Maybe we can use Dreamcast Guy's method of selling shit for full fucking price that's used. And then being able to get a PS5 Pro on the cheap. I don't know. We have to look into that. That's beside the point. What isn't beside the point is that this episode's over. That's right. Completely over and done with. All right? So, you can either, do one of 2 things. You can give us money, okay? Greatly appreciated, and stick around. Or you can get off our lawn.